days transformed by prayer.
Hi boys and girls, it's Uncle Malone again, and today's story is going to be about, guess what? Baking and food. I don't know if you love baking, but I love apple pie. I also love other types of pie. I like strawberry pies, I like Saskatoon berry pies, and I don't know what your favorite pie is. But when we were little kids, my mom used to bake a lot. And so every Friday she would get her baking pans out like this, and she would make the dough and put it in the oven, and the house smelled so good. I had a little brother then, and his name was Peter. And he could never understand why Mom said, don't touch the baking pans with your hands. And so the one day after Mom had baked, she had put all this baking on the table, and it was steaming hot. And she popped out of the kitchen for a little bit, and my brother thought, let me see. Mommy said that I shouldn't touch the baking with my hands, but she didn't say anything about using my mouth. So guess what he did? With his mouth, he went and he tried to bite a piece of the cake off, and his lips caught on the baking pan, and he set out a loud scream, ouch! And my mom came running back into the kitchen. Now you might be wondering what this story has to do with the Bible. But I want to share with you a text that we find in the book of Psalms 34 verse 8. And it says, taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the one who takes refuge in him. You see, boys and girls, God invites us to taste him and see that he is good. You know, just like I enjoy baking, and you might enjoy baking or eating cookies or fruits and vegetables, our relationship with God is like having a meal that we enjoy. And when we taste him, unlike my brother, we are never going to get burnt and have scars on our lips. The only thing that we will have is a character that's just like Jesus is. So boys and girls, our story for today reminds us that we need to taste the Lord. In other words, try him, and we will find out that it is a joy to be a Christian.
Prayer as a way of keeping me on track. It's how I start my day, it's how I spend the middle of my day, and it's how I end my day.
50 days transformed by prayer.
George Harrison was a member of one of the greatest and most influential bands of all time, the Beatles. Harrison experienced fame, wealth, pleasure, and so many other things that music gave him. But in the documentary, The Beatles Anthology, George Harrison presented a rather interesting perspective on his life. When you've had all these experiences, met all the famous people and made some money, toured the world and got all the acclaim, you still think, is this it? Some people might be satisfied with that, but I wasn't, and I'm still not. Do you struggle to find the meaning of life? Do you ask yourself, if you have a reason to get out of bed each day? Do you ask yourself, what is the meaning of my life? Why am I here? Genesis 29 describes one of my favorite women in the Bible, Leah. She's interesting, and it's kind of a challenge to understand her. Her life, as well as her imperfections and constant search to find her space and purpose in life, is exposed in the Bible for all to see. Just so you understand a little of Leah's struggles, see how the Bible presents her. Now Laban had 2 daughters. The name of the elder was Leah, and the name of the younger was Rachel. Leah's eyes were delicate, but Rachel was beautiful of form and appearance. Now Jacob loved Rachel. Apparently, Leah was not the most attractive girl. She was not the popular girl. She always went by unnoticed. Maybe this is the reason her father Laban felt he had to trick someone into marrying her. Laban deceived Jacob, who had worked 7 years to marry Rachel, Leah's younger sister. On the honeymoon night, instead of Rachel, Laban sent Leah to Jacob's tent. Only in the morning did Jacob realize that he had been with the wrong woman. Since he loved Rachel, and at that time polygamy was acceptable, Jacob took Rachel to be his wife as well. Now Leah had to fight for her space. She longed for the love and attention of the husband that she had to share with her sister. Have you ever had to fight for your space? For the affections of someone? To be loved? This was Leah's life struggle, to be loved. So she put her need before the Lord. She pleaded that God would put love for her in Jacob's heart. She wanted to feel loved, appreciated, valued. We do not know the exact words that were spoken by Leah, but we do know, and God listened to Leah. God hears prayers. He hears all kinds of prayers, no matter the reason. If it's something that's troubling us, God is ready to answer. Some may think that the Creator does not have the time for or the interest in some types of problems or concerns. This is not true. You are the focus of God's attention. He cares so much about you. The Bible says in Matthew 10:30, the very hairs of your head are all numbered. Do you feel unloved? Are you lacking attention? Need to be cuddled? What is your request? What is troubling you? Pray to God right now. He can answer your supplication as He did with Leah. As you talk to God in prayer, remember that prayer is the key in the hand of faith to unlock heaven's storehouse, where are treasured the boundless resources of omnipotence.